Hello, beautiful souls, and we are live.
Woohoo! We're here. We're
Yeah,
in the house.
super excited to connect with you all. How's everyone doing today? Melissa Rodriguez here, the original creator of this group, joined with the beautiful Anthea. How are you, Anthea?
Hi, I'm really well. Thank you, Melissa. So happy to be here again. So happy to be here and share some good vibes with you guys and go talk you through the positivity process because we know how so many people come and ask, how do we keep positive? How do we shift our focus? How do we do certain things? So we want to just give that little bit of a extra boost to you guys to help you out a little bit. And yeah, so our lovely Melissa here has put together a beautiful little presentation. So yeah, if you over to you, Melissa, if you want to begin.
Yeah, the power of positivity and staying positive. I remember a time before I learned about the law of attraction teachings where I was so focused on what was not working: worry, fear, negative thoughts, and negative self talk. And I went searching for the answers. What can I do to change my life? When I discovered the law of attraction teachings, everything made sense. And I was so ready to feel good. I really think that was so key for my transformation, the beginning of my journey of self discovery. I was so ready to just feel good. And applying the teachings, committing to myself, and committing to a positive growth mindset, everything changed. So, to focus on what is good, what we feel gratitude and appreciation for feels so good, right? To focus on thoughts that feel good, that feels so good. So, if we're thinking, I can do it, I can have, do, or be anything, that feels amazing. When we're expecting good things, that is feeling positive, looking on the bright side, right? So, beliefs that feel good, the belief in ourself and our ability, the belief in the divine, and that we deserve all good things. When we ask, it is given. Doesn't that feel so good, Anthea?
Yes, absolutely, Melissa. And I just want to touch back on what you just said at the beginning, like at the beginning of the journey of actually making that decision. Like I
Mm,
remember being homeless and with my children and coming across the law of attraction teachings and thinking, well, you know, how do I do this? What
yeah.
is this? How do I stay positive in this situation? But I think Melissa hit the nail on the head, and it was a commitment. It was
Mm,
an agreement within myself to say, I want to feel good. I
yeah.
want to be out of this situation, and I will do anything in my power
Yeah.
to make this change. And I didn't care what it was. It was
Mm,
like there was nights where I didn't know where I was sleeping, but actually although I allowed myself to feel what I was feeling, I still taught myself how to shift that focus and say, well, at least you're alive. At least you do have people to talk to. At least you will find someone. If you don't find someone, you have your car. Who cares? Like, at least it was always trying to find the better side to things. And that doesn't happen overnight. That is once you've made that commitment to anything, if you're committed to marriage, if you're committed to having children, if you're committed to your business, if you're committed to a job or your career, whatever it is, it's a commitment. And
mm,
that is a daily process. So every time you feel to yourself, or something's happened that allows you and you feel not the greatest about it, it's all about pushing yourself out of that and thinking, okay, this has happened, yes, but as it's happened, remember, it then becomes the past. It then is the rear view mirror where now you're looking behind you, because every second that takes place has become the past. The story that I just told, the story Melissa just told, is now completely in our past. It's no
mm.
longer here in our present moment. So every second we have a choice. So yes, process what's going on. And then what can you focus on that you, like Melissa said, that you can be grateful for, that you can appreciate? It's switching that focus around. It's literally a shift. And every time you do it, they say practice makes perfect. You don't get in a car and just know how to drive a car. You start practicing and you learn. And as long as you are committed to learning how to drive that car, you will get better and better and better at it. And not just with one car, you'll have all different types of cars. Like I know when I started off driving, I had one car, or I had the driving car that I was learning in, and then I got my own car. And then from there, I've lost count how many cars I've had, but I couldn't drive all of those cars, all those different engines, different speeds, different gears. When I first started driving, I needed to build up the experience. And that's because I was committed and I love driving. So that's with yourself. If you really, that's a self-love. If you can really bring that in yourself to say, right, what is this that I'm feeling? And what belief is stopping me from doing what I want to do? Identify it. And even if you can't identify it and you think, well, I don't really know how to do this, then find something that you think feels better to you, that you can believe, like things are always working out. What a great belief to have. Yeah. What a great belief to install in yourself, right, Melissa?
Absolutely. And so powerful to live with that in your daily focus, choosing your daily focus. So anyone out here that's joining us, thanks for joining and tuning in. We are talking about the power of positivity. And a question we get so often in this group is, how do I stay positive? So are you finding it a struggle to stay positive? Do you feel like you're trying and it's not working? I get this question a lot, actually. Why does it feel like the law of attraction teachings aren't working for me? There's so many common thoughts, beliefs, and fears that can sabotage your conscious efforts to think positive. And it's so powerful that you just pointed that out, Anthea, that the subconscious thoughts and beliefs, researchers say we have 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot of thoughts. Most are happening in our subconscious. So we can be consciously trying to stay positive, consciously trying to focus on, something positive, but there could be these old stories going on within, and, old beliefs that are held energetically that have not been released. And it's so powerful, isn't it, Anthea, to identify those old beliefs not serving us and release them and make space for the new beliefs.
Yes. And how do you know you've got a belief that's not serving you? Doesn't feel good. You want to do something and you feel like you're stuck, you can't do it. That's the time to think, what is this? What's going on? And really think about that thought process that's happening. Really, really harness in on what is happening in your mind. Because once you can find that, then, you can write that down. And when you write it down, you can question it. Do I really believe this? And then if you say, well, I do, why do I believe this? And you give your answer. And then you can say, is that a fact or is that a belief? And then you can identify it's not a fact, it's a belief. And then you can ask yourself again, do I really believe that? And once you come to that answer of no, you will literally just feel that release happen naturally, and you'll know the difference. I mean, we do training on this, and myself and Melissa, we are our own teachers with ourselves. We train ourselves with stuff as well. So we love training people on this side of things because it's so powerful. So many of us don't know about our subconscious beliefs. And I know I'm definitely one of those people who had experienced that for years and years and years. And I remember feeling like, why do I feel so stuck? Why are things not moving? But as time went on, and I stayed, we used the word committed. And as you stay committed to that change within yourself and that self-love within you, and you want to make a difference, not just to your life, but to the people around you, and you're ready for that, then these things will start becoming more of a natural thing to you rather than a fight. And it starts as a fight because you don't know what's going on, you don't know what's stopping you, but just consistency, and just keep pushing and keep looking and keep getting on YouTube, keep listening to us, keep finding things that you can listen to and really write out and really put on board for yourself to help you make that change. So yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the mind made up. How do you want to feel now? What do you want to believe and feel now? In every moment, the now moment is the most powerful. So looking in that rear view and focused on old stories, will not serve us. Being in this moment, realizing you are a powerful creator, and everything you're thinking and feeling and energetically aligning to now is projecting into your life, and you will see it projected into your life. Everything you're experiencing right now is from thoughts and beliefs, things you were focused on and feeling about prior to now. That's so powerful to understand, friends, that right now what we're experiencing is from the thoughts and beliefs, the focus and energy, how we were energetically aligned prior to now. So to create your reality and create your future, how do you want to feel? What do you want to think and believe? Focused on a mindset for success and focused on a mindset of positive growth. And, it's really powerful. Anthea and I both live by these teachings and practices of clearing and cleansing, releasing these old beliefs as we feel them arise. And sometimes they will. Seeing the triggers, seeing the belief that's deeper, and releasing it to make that space for the new positive belief, and making sure to anchor in that new positive belief, right? Because that feels so good. To focus on, what do you desire now? How do you desire to feel now? Being aware and intentional, and not just ignoring any negative or pushing it down, right, Anthea? Because then it just stays stuck energetically
just
in
suppress
us.
it. Yeah, it just gets suppressed. It's like, we've got a process where, oh no, we've naturally come to this, actually, I think, Melissa, and I think I'm just going to speak about this as me, you would be speaking about it if we weren't on live on Facebook here. Now I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we would, like, before we start any kind of process, we have a natural conversation, right? And I might express to you something that I'm feeling, or you might express something that's you're feeling, or what's happened or something, and then we speak about it. And we don't hold it inside us, we speak it out. And once we've spoken it out, we don't then sit there and go, oh, and this is so bad. No, we find solutions. So Melissa could say something to me that I go, oh my goodness, how did I forget that? Or I could say something to Melissa and she will have her own personal reaction to it. But it's, we really do discuss things, and we don't keep it just, and I really did. I used to just think, actually, if I suppress this, if I don't say anything, then it will disappear. But it comes to a point where the energy is there, it's inside you. It's about getting that energy out and then inputting the new energy, right? And if there's somebody you can find that you can speak of this, but always look for your solutions. Like, once you sit in that problem and you focus on that problem, guess what? You're going to get more problems coming. And that's why people spiral out of control, because you're focused on that problem and you think that, when your mind does that thing where something's happened and it could be something fearful, let's say, or you're very fearful of something happening, well, your mind would take it and just go over and over and over and over, to the point where you're just going, oh, well, in those moments, if you can meditate and just sit with the intention just to quieten your mind. I mean, if you haven't meditated before, then it doesn't quite happen straight away, but it could do. I'm not saying it won't. It just depends on the person. But if you've got a focus to say to yourself, well, if I can quieten my mind and then I can allow new thoughts to come through, then you can then focus on what is it that you prefer to believe, or what do you prefer to think, or how are you preferring to feel? And that question, what do I prefer, is such a powerful question to ask yourself. What do I prefer to believe? What do I prefer to feel? What do I prefer to think? And maybe start with one thought a day that would feel better to you. like I said, everything is always working out for me is now
Mm,
we're installed it in
love it.
ourselves, because
Yes.
it's such an easy thing to be able to remember. Everything's okay. So something will happen and I say, but it's okay, everything's always working out. So I know it's working out for my highest good. I know there's something bigger than me. I know it's not just my little me in this world. So there's a
Mm,
bigger energy out there. So
yeah.
and as Melissa precise, how what she just said was just so on point. What we're speaking about and what we're living right now is from what we've thought and spoken out before. To
Mm,
become super aware of this, like honestly,
yeah.
become super aware. What have I been talking about? What's been my conversations? Where's my focus been? And you will be able to look around you and you will know. You will know because it aligns.
Yes.
You couldn't be talking about continuously laughing every day, being thankful, and having this amazing experience for, let's say, 30 days solid, and 100 negative things come in. That it goes against the laws of the universe. It goes against all laws. It's like
Mm,
you're going in the wrong direction. So it it won't be like that. You've really got to focus on what's good and anchor in that good every single
yeah.
time, right?
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. Once you've released, when you identify, and this is, like I said, it's such a powerful process. Anthea and I both live, and sometimes we will cleanse and clear with each other, for each other, and connecting and exchanging energy with others. It is so powerful in this journey. We have had such amazing experiences from connecting and exchanging energy.
We have.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, guys. So really connect, exchange energy, and don't be afraid of the negative thought or the negative feeling that pops up. I see it, acknowledge it. I don't give it my energy or attention. I see it. I say, I see you.
Haha, I gotcha.
And yeah. And sometimes when you're living aware, you'll see the triggers. You can really get ease and flow with identifying the deeper belief as you practice. And releasing is so easy for me once I see it. It's like, oh, okay, that's all it is. I can let that go. And I know what to tell myself now. I can anchor in the positive beliefs and thoughts that feel good. And I love guided meditations and affirmations. I listen to them almost daily, feeding my spirit to stay in my happy bubble.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
like it there.
Yes,
Gratitude.
we love it there.
It feels so good to high vibe. That's my favorite, right?
Yeah, love
How
it. I
many out
love it.
here? That's your favorite, right? It feels so good to feel good, and that's what we all desire.
Absolutely.
Gratitude and love, the highest frequency, and it's all about our vibration. We are energy vibrating at a frequency. Everything you desire is because it will feel good. So aligning to that energy vibration, win-win, you feel good, you also welcome all the good you desire. Everyone has so much to be grateful for. Life may not be perfect. You may not have received all of your desires yet, but we can all find something to be grateful for. And again, what we think and focus on and feel about now is what will be projected into our future. So have some fun, right, Anthea? We love fun.
Enjoy that vision. Just absorb it, take it
Yeah.
on board. And you don't want everything to come at once. Like
Yeah.
imagine you opened your door and everything you ever asked for just dropped on top of you. You'd be like, whoa, how could you even enjoy that? You
Yeah.
couldn't. So having it come in bit by bit, day by day, I think that's where you can really take it in and love what you've got and really be thankful for it. Because if
Mm.
you get too much at once, we can go the other way and then not appreciate and just
Yeah.
so actually when you get it bit by bit, you could actually really absorb it and say thank you for it and enjoy it. And I think those daily habits of being able to wake
Mm.
up and just appreciate what's in your life today,
Mm-hmm.
that's something to really practice daily, because you do
Mm-hmm.
start, and it's not doing it because you want the change, you want to see the manifestations. It's doing it because you want to feel good. Like
Mm-hmm.
Melissa just said,
Yeah.
everyone desires to feel good. Now, most people say, there's so many, I've heard so many people say, I'll feel good when. But
Yeah.
it's actually, if you feel good now,
Mm-hmm.
then the when that comes, you would have felt good already, so that you're aligning that thing that you want will now be attracted to you, and you will find a way for it to connect with you because you already feel good. So you feel what it feels like to have that. And then people have said also, how do I know what that feels like to have, let's just say for argument's sake, a 6-bedroom house with a swimming pool? How do I know what that feels like? Well, what does it feel to feel good? What does it feel like to
Yeah.
feel good? So let's take
Yeah.
that part away from it. Just go to, what does it feel like to feel good? Or what does it feel like to, what it feels like to lie in a bed. So you could
Mm.
think of your bed being extra, extra comfortable. And what
Yeah.
could that possibly feel like? You can feel what that feels like. You don't need to
Mm.
experience it to know what it feels like. You can imagine, and your body
Mm.
can pick up on that energy. Put YouTube on, find these things, watch somebody lie down in a really nice bed and a big quilt, and just pick up from their energy, because we are energy beings. We can transmit from each other. Therefore, you
Yeah.
can pick up that energy and transmit it to yourself. And I know I've done this with many things, and I've called them into my world. I remember wanting a Golf GTI,
Mm.
and the reason I wanted it was because of the feeling of putting your foot down on that GTI, like that. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, this G force of like, and I love that, right?
Yeah.
So, and I remember I watched. So I thought, well, how can I get this feeling so I know what it feels like? So I just started watching racing programs, or I put I can't think of the name of the program now. There's something I used to watch. Anyway, I can't think of it, but it was, I could see they would have races with it, and you'd see the
Mm.
facial expression and how they would come out with the energy. So I started watching this, and the next thing you know, I was hiring a car, and the car that I got was a Golf GTI.
Wow.
So I was like, right. I took a drive from London to Kent, which is like quite a good few hour drive, but I knew the particular times to go on the road where there'll be no traffic and it'll just be quite empty roads. And I put my foot down and felt that feeling, but I'd felt the feeling already. I already
Mm.
knew what it'd feel like because I brought it to myself. I energetically felt it without doing it. And therefore,
Mm.
the car that was given to me was a GTI Golf, because that's what I felt. So you can do this with anything. And
Yeah.
and I think another thing we were going to say, Melissa, I don't think we covered it, was people getting very disheartened with not seeing the results.
Yeah.
And I think I would like to say on this one, you don't plant a seed and the
Mm.
seed pops up, right?
Yeah.
You have to nourish it, you have to look after it, you have to show it love, you have to appreciate it, you've got to put water on it, look
Mm.
after it, and then it begins to grow. But I've just had a plant myself actually, which I ignored. I was giving it water to start with, and then I completely forgot about it because I don't have many plants and it's not something I normally do. And it died,
Yeah.
and it literally just died on me. And I was like,
Mm.
well, that's because I didn't look after it.
Mm.
I didn't think about it. It wasn't part of my thought process. It wasn't.
Mm.
So I think it's really important to remember that a baby takes 9 months also to come along. You don't fall pregnant, give birth the next day. There's a 9 month period. During that nine
Yeah.
month period, you will eat more healthily, you go for more checkups, you will drink more water, let's say, you'll rub your belly, you'll talk to your baby's not there physically, it's not even fully formed, but you'll speak to it, you might play music to it,
Mm.
but you nourish it, you look after it, and then it comes later. So when you're asking for something and it's not come the next day, don't give up.
Mm.
Honestly, just
Mm.
feel and be thankful for it already, because you know it's coming. You've asked, it's given. And it's just that knowing that if I ask for something, I will receive it.
Yeah.
And sit back knowing that, and have the nice visions and imagine what it feel like, and be thankful for it. And be thankful for everything else in your life, because the more
Mhm.
you're thankful for, the more you'll get to be thankful for. So yeah.
Yeah, so powerful. It reminds me of another one of the spiritual laws, the law of gestation, that some
Yes.
things take time to manifest, right?
Yeah.
But in this moment, like Anthea just said, you can feel good now. Focus on love and gratitude, having that commitment to a positive growth mindset. And join us for weekly inspiration. We're putting out some great inspiration, becomingabundantlyu.com. You can also sign up at Anthea Morphitis.com. She also has some amazing inspiration being put out weekly. We're also going to be vibing about the law of attraction teachings tomorrow. Honestly, you could journal along in this group and completely grow and expand in living the teachings. But if you're looking to vibe and release a block that you may have within energetically, if you're looking to identify where you've been struggling, what's been holding you back, we're super excited to connect in a training tomorrow. We'll pop the link in the comments once we're done here. And yeah, we're super excited to just get together and um, share the teachings and inspiration. And we have so many stories, right, Anthea, of the amazing things that have happened for us. 25 years
Absolutely.
experience between the two of us living the teachings. We have seen amazing things happen. So,
Amazing.
yeah,
Yeah. And as I
dreams
say,
coming true.
lots of dreams coming true. And if you are willing to and would like to join us tomorrow, please do have in mind what it is that you would like to release, any
Yeah.
belief that you feel, even if you can't identify that belief, there's something that's going on. If you feel like you're stuck in your business or you're in a relationship that's not going how you want it to go, whatever it is for you, please bring it along, have it in mind, and we will ask you at the beginning of the training so what it is, and we will work alongside you and help you release that. And by the end of it, you will feel great and you'll be able to move on and have a clear understanding of how to take each step forward, to make yourself becoming abundantly you and living the best that you can live. So yeah,
Yes.
on that note, I mean, we're really excited, and we'll drop the link below, as Melissa said, and we hope to see you there.
Yeah, we'll see you on the inside.
We'll
And
see you inside.
we're expecting great things with and for you all always. Much love.
Take care.